All right, I don't know what happened, why it happened, or how we could avoid it happening again, but welcome back, everybody. A total loss, a total collapse. Oh, this is the second part of tonight's sale. Hello? Welcome, welcome. Now we had a little bit of a collapse. All right. All right. Here we go. Let me open this up. Okay. Sorry, I'm halfway across the room right now. I can see y'all's comments, but I'm on here sharing. I'm actually sitting down where I can share links and. All right. That was just a complete drop across the board. Okay. Here we go. Let's do this here. All righty. So, I'm back to where we were. All right, so I laid down these 10 singles, which was Joe Walsh, Jefferson Airplane, Arcadia, Amy Grant, Genesis, and Foreigner. All those are being sold together. Brian Colsar has it for $10. The next claim was Patrick Lear on Pacific Gas and Electric. We're doing a half-off crate. No more, no less. Pacific Gas and Electric. That is sold VG Plus, $7.50. All right, finishing this crate up now. We have Rare Earth, Get Ready, VG Condition, $6.50. Rare Earth, Get Ready, VG $6.50. And the Best of Spirit, VG Plus, $7.50. The freezing issue started action. Actually, Todd, I've been freezing on Facebook since 2019 when I used to just do Facebook. It used to just randomly shut off when I was just on Facebook. It's usually just some kind of complete internet drop or restream. It could be a lot of different things. But actually, when we added Twitch, I think we went 3 or 4 months without ever having a problem. It happens about once every other day, but everything's okay now. Now we have bids for 12, 12, and 17. Greg and Dwayne Allman, VG $7.50. But I used to be just on Facebook on my phone looking at comments, and it would just it just disconnect because of Wi-Fi or whatever. It could be a whole slew of problems. Ringo's Rotogravure. Ringo is $7.50. Ringo Star. Ringo's Rotogravure. Brian Call on the almonds. The Almond Brothers. Tito Puente, Dance Mania, a living stereo title, $5 on that. Van Morrison, A Period of Transition, $16.50. It looks like maybe our Wi-Fi dropped here because everything shut off at the same time. Probably a Wi-Fi drop. We have fiber. I've installed fiber here. I pay for the most expensive internet offered in Wilson County because it's so valuable to us, but it drops sometimes. Brian Call on Ringo, Adam Bernardi on Tito Puente, and then we had Share the Land, the Guess Who, $10. All these singles are at $19 of Be Yourself, and that's a going once. The Four Seasons, always been a tougher one to get, an early one here on VJ. The Four Seasons, $15. Brian, you did get Greg Ken. Yes, you did get Greg Ken. Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Burton, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? 66 mono, that's $15. The soundtrack to The Odd Couple by Neil Hefti, that is $10. Also, The Free Will and Bob Dylan, check this out. A 73 UK copy, nice, Orange CBS, that's half off of $49.99. That should be a $50 record. If someone's like, Chad, what do you want for the 73 Bob Dylan Free Willin'? It usually sells for about $50, but right now you can get it for $25. Tanya, Here's Some Love. Tanya Tucker is $7.50. Preston Rose says, give me the Dylan. Sold to Preston Rose. All right. These singles are at $20 with Brian Colsar. Be Yourself, you're out. Mike Quadrini, you're out. These are at $20, okay? Next thing is unsold auctions. I'll do that in 1 second. We're about to read through this half-off crate one more time. Let's get the rest of these sold. Yeah, we'll do those in just a second. All righty. Boom, boom, boom. Waiting for one person to say out. Sorry for the disconnection. Okay. Pete Townsend, White City, VG Plus, $6.50. Ozark Mountain Daredevils, It's Alive. That's VG Plus 10. Beach Boys Concert was VG Plus 10. Astronauts Orbit Campus, VG Plus $7.50. All right, these singles are sold to Brian Colsar for $20. Thank you, Brian. Those sold to you. And then Brian Call got Pete Townsend. And we have Todd Rundgren with the original die-cut cover, A Wizard, A True Star, VG Plus $7.50. Let me swap out crates. This one has filled up on us. That's our 7th full crate of sold vinyl tonight. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let's move that right there. And let's move this over here. Let's take a quick drink of Monster right quick. Nice. Amazing. Ice cold. Beautiful. Next thing we have is Lily Tomlin. This is a recording. Lily Tomlin's VG Plus $5. Dueling Banjos is VG Plus $7.50. And Jeff Beck Wired EX Condition $9. Jeff Beck Wired EX $9. Jethro Tull Minstrel in the Gallery VG Plus 750, and John Mayall USA Union EX condition, $12.50. Okay? Here is our no bids. HSAS, $25. John Wayne Japanese promo, $25. Billy Joel, $25. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, $35. And Eagles, $35. Next thing is Kelly Gabney on Lily Tomlin, sold. Brian Call on John Mayall, sold. Adam Bernardi on the Guess Who, which was from here, right? You're talking about share the land. Maybe we can share the land. Great. Also, Santana 3, VG5. Fleetwood Mac is VG 650. The Heptones, the 78 UK Heptones, VG plus 1250. The last of the Red Hot Burritos, VG plus 1250. Rare Earth Get Ready, VG 650. Be Yourself Adventures wants Daylight Again for $35. That leaves the Eagles, Billy Joe, John Wayne, and HSAS. Buy 'em now, cry later. We have Mike Quadrini on Fleetwood Mac. Brian Colsar on Jethro Tull Minstrel in the Gallery. The Best of Spirit, VG plus 750. I got a line on you. Van Morrison was $16.50. The Four Seasons was $15. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, $15. The Odd Couple soundtrack, $10. And Tanya Tucker was $7.50. All right, another 45 lot coming at you. Let's see what else we got here. ELO Strange Magic. ELO Shine a Little Love. ELO Don't Bring Me Down. Another ELO Don't Bring Me Down. We'll leave that one out so there's no duplicates. Sweet Ballroom Blitz. Grand Funk Closer to Home. That's good. Paul Simon. Love Me Like a Rock. The Seekers, Gorgy Girl. We have the Go-Go's, and this is Surfing and Spying, and Our Lips Are Sealed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Two more. Carole King, You Light of My Life, and Believe in Humanity. And Barry Manilow, Somewhere in the Night. All those singles, 10 records there, including the Moody Blues, Strange Magic, talking about Strange Magic. $10 start on all 10 of them. $10 start on all 10 of them. Okay, Scott Oman on Tanya Tucker. Michael Church said he'll get 20 on the Piano Man. The Piano Man. Billy Joel, Nylon Curtain, sold to Michael Church for $20. Now we're on to 3 no bids. Those 45s a $10 start. Anybody else, before we perhaps offer these as a bundle, okay? Odd Couple soundtrack, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf soundtrack. Four Seasons, Van Morrison, Spirit, Rare Earth, the Flying Burrito Brothers, Heptone, Santana, Jeff Beck, Dueling Banjo soundtrack, Todd Rundgren, Astronauts, Beach Boys, Ozark Mountain Daredevils. I'll give a few seconds for lag to come in, and then I'm going to count those and offer them as a bundle. One of our big selling miscellaneous items tonight was the following. Air fresheners. Megadeth air fresheners with Countdown to Extinction. That is $7.99. $7.99 on the Megadeth air fresheners. John Kaiser said he would take all 3 for $45. Let's see here. 25, 25, 35, 50, 85. I don't know if I want to do that. Plus, they were shown kind of late. I might try to run them again tomorrow. I would do 20, 20, 25, 20, 40, and 25. I would do $65 would be my absolute best on those. 20, 20, and then 25. I'd do 65 on them. Okay. Let's offer these as a bundle. There's the Megadeth air fresheners. And then we also have Grateful Dead. And we have Ghost. And these are $7.99. Okay? And we have a waiting list going for Ozzy, in case you missed those. We got a waiting list going for Ozzy Osbourne over here. Ozzy Osbourne. This last one's in my pocket for my Tahoe. I was like, next time these come in, I'm keeping one. I sold like 100 of them. I was like, if there's ever one left over, I'm keeping it. If there's ever one left over, I'm keeping it. And tonight, I was like, I'm not even going to give y'all a chance. I'm just going to go ahead and keep it. Sell these to John Kaiser for $20 a piece. The singles have 2 bids. Todd bid 10, Be Yourself bid 10. Let's bundle the rest of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 15 records in here. All right, let's do a bundle. Price of $65. 65 divided by 15 makes these only $4.33 each. If somebody takes them, bundle or sold on the bundle, I'll do another half off crate for the exclusive 91 people. Does that say 51 or 90? For the 91 people. For the 91 people still watching, we'll do another exclusive. Another exclusive. 99-cent air fresheners. Yeah. People miss $15,000 houses too. 3 for $1. Okay. Be Yourself, you're out. I'm about to sell them to Todd. Kathy wants a Ghost air freshener. Sell that to Kathy. And then what's the Grateful Dead? It is a air freshener. $7.99. Officially licensed, folks. Officially licensed. Tim Holloway takes the bundle. Everything in here is officially sold to Tim Holloway. 15 records for $65. Let's do another half off. You ask and you shall receive. And then Dwayne Worley wants a Megadeth air freshener. If anybody wants on the Aussie waiting list, let me know. They smell really good, by the way. Yeah, they smell really good. Okay. And Todd, Be Yourself did come back in at 11. All right. Let's pick out another one. We might do one more for the exclusive. Like I said, how many people watching? Well, now it's 101. Now we're back. You see, everybody got the notification. Well, before we crashed, there was 121 people watching. Now there's 101, but there's probably new people because they just got a new notification where the feed crashed. Also, I've got 1 gram bars. 1 gram bars of gold. Folks, this is pure gold for $35. Gold. Sherry Darnell wants a Grateful Dead air freshener for $7.99. Thank you. Sherry Darnell, make air fresheners great again. We have the absolute best air fresheners here. They're the best air fresheners. Next crate is a half off crate. Let me go pick one out. It's got to be a good one. Holy moly. Let's do this one. Folks, this thing is packed. It is stacked. And if the right people's watching, we're going to sell everything in here. Or this is going to make some amazing flip crate material, okay? The singles have bids for 12 and now 13. ELO, Strange Magic. Let's do it this way. ELO, Strange Magic. ELO, Shine a Little Love. I'm going to read you the A-sides. ELO, Don't Bring Me Down. Sweet, Ballroom Blitz. Grand Funk, Closer to Home. Paul Simon, Loves Me Like a Rock. The Seekers, Gorgy Girl. The Go-Go's, I think the A-side on this one is technically, yeah, Our Lips Are Sealed. Carole King, You Light Up My Life, Picture Sleeve. And Barry Manilow, Somewhere in the Night. Aaron Andrews has the high bid of 13, now 14. There are 4 gold bars still left. Gold, folks. Gold. You turn to stone. When you are gone, I turn to stone. A gram or grain? A grain. Sir, a grain. A grain. 24 karat. A grain. $35. Yep. It looks like an American Express credit card. I'm about to look up a gram. What does a gram sell for? A gram is 157. Yeah, a gram. Yeah, I would buy what is spot right now? Yeah, 3,006. Yeah, that would be a great price. Yeah, a gram is 156. Let me see if Eagles have went up. I'm trying to sell my last American Gold Eagles. Yeah, they've went up again. They're about to bet 4,000. Since I priced them Sunday, they're about to hit $4,000. Wow. These are sold to Michael Rudolph. Michael, just send Ed a message so he can let or. Actually, if you send a message now, Laura should be able to see it. All right. Sell these last 4 to Michael Rudolph. Okay. These singles are officially sold to Aaron Andrus. You're out. Be Yourself has them for $14. Okay. Here we go. Half off crate. Jay Giles Band Bloodshot. The cover has some wear and tear, but it's on the original red vinyl. $13.50. $13.50. Singles are at $15. The Beatle Beat, The Bugs. This is a group. It makes you think it's the Beatles, but it's not. $7.50. Chicago's Greatest Hits, $10. So many great songs on here. 25 or 624. Does anybody really know what time it is? Color My World. Saturday in the park. Feeling stronger every day. Just you and me. Simple and free. Make me smile. Wishing you were here. Beginnings. Whoa, 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 whoa. I've been searching so long to find an answer. Wow, back-to-back Chicago. Chicago 10, $5. Another one. Looks like the Chocolate Bar album. $5. Chicago, sold to Tom McEwen. If anybody wants the other Chicago, you'll have to let me know. These singles are sold to Be Yourself Adventures for $16. Sold! Time for another lot. Not before I show you Frank Sinatra, Moonlight Sinatra. Moonlight Sinatra, $7.50. Aslan. Aslan, A-S-L-A-N, Feel No Shame, $5. Elton John, Breaking Hearts, $10. Music of the Ozarks, a Sounds of the World recording from the National Geographic Society. That is pretty cool, actually. $10 on that. Greg Beddinger wants the $5 Chicago. Joseph Ellis gets the Sinatra. And it's time for some more 45 lots. Here we go. What's next in my stack? The Moody Blues. Nights in White Satin. Lay Down Sally, Eric Clapton. Rhythm Heritage. Beretta Steam, Keep Your Eye on the Sparrow. Bob Seger, Working on Those Night Moves. King Floyd, Everybody Needs Somebody. The Royal Guardsman, I bet it's Snoopy. It is. Snoopy versus the Red Baron. The Carpenters. The A-side on this one is I Won't Last a Day Without You. I think it's Only Yesterday is the hit side on that one. That actually goes with that. And then we have, how many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We still need 3 more. Baby Hold On, Eddie Money. That's the sleeve for it. Mary McGregor. And I think that hit song was I Just Want to Love You. I think that's the A on that one. The Rascals. That's a double-sided hit. How Can I Be Sure and People Gotta Be Free. I think that's 10. $10 start for all those singles you just saw me lay down, okay? If you want to bid, put 45's, $10 start. And if you want me to do the math for you, that's only $1 per record. Next is Elton John, So to Kelly Gabney. You got it. Next is the Righteous Brothers. You've Lost That Lovin' Feeling. Classic. $7.50. Paul McCartney. Always has been a criticized album from him. Back to the Egg. It's got some great songs on it. I like Getting Closer, but I think the best song of the album is Arrow Through Me. Nice there. That is called Back to the Egg. Wings, Paul McCartney, $10. We got Tom McEwen on the Righteous Brothers. The singles have a bid for $13. Joe South, Walk a Mile in My Shoes. That's a good one. $5. Games People Play. Walk a Mile in My Shoes. Joe South, $5. Los Lobos, How Will the Wolf Survive? $7.50. The Best of the Youngbloods, Get Together, as featured in Forrest Gump. Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Love one another. Right now. The Original Golden Greats, a compilation from the Liberty label. You get Cher. You get a great song with Bus Stop by the Hollies. Nice. You even get the Batman theme by the Ventures. The T-Bones, Billy J. Kramer, Johnny Rivers. Secret Agent Man, $7.50. Whoa! OG Top Gun in the half-off crate, $17.50 for Top Gun with the original inner sleeve. Rev up your engine, listen to her howl and roar. Metal under tension, begging you to touch and go. Highway to the danger zone. Ra-dun-dun. Take My Breath Away. Final Call on the singles for $13. Sinatra and Basie, It Might As Well Be Swing with Quincy Jones. That's always, I love the cover with the floating heads. A beautiful copy in shrink wrap, $7.50. Crosby, Stills and Nash Allies. We had that in the last crate. Just $10 on that. Chicago, this is going to be at a great deal because this came with extras and I think I can feel it in here. Yeah. Just $5, and you get a poster, and it's supposed to come with an iron-on transfer as well. There's the Chicago poster. I mean, that's got, a vintage Chicago poster. Isn't that worth $5? There's that. Now, it's supposed to come with a T-shirt. You know what? Honestly, I don't know if that poster is supposed to go with this one. The actual insert that's supposed to go with this it's like a T-shirt transfer. You know, like an iron-on. Somebody could have ironed to a T-shirt back in the day. But it does have a poster, and it is a Chicago poster. But anyway, that's so to Tim Graham. Mike was next, then Tom McEwen, and then Michael Herrera wants the Lobos from earlier. All right, these singles are sold for $13 to Be Yourself Adventures. And let's count out some more here. Let me grab another handful. I think we might be getting back into picture sleeves, which I know y'all like these. So here we go. We have the following going up right now. We have Light of the Day with Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Except Screaming for a Love Bite. The Firm, Radioactive. Devo, Mecha Mania Boy, and Jerking Back and Forth. Dan Hill. Let's see. Still, I think the hit side on that one is Still Not Used To. Sometimes when we touch, I honestly don't know on Dan Hill. But John Denver, we got to the Wild Country. Another ELO. There's that other copy of Don't Bring Me Down. We're about to get into a bunch of picture sleeves. Wow. So right now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Foreigner, I Don't Want to Live Without You. Tell Me Lies, Tell Me Sweet Little Lies. As Long As You Follow, both by Fleetwood Mac, and one more by Fleetwood Mac, Gypsy. Wow. Some great stuff in there. Those 10 singles, a $10 start. All right, let's keep going with the half-off stuff. Tell Me Lies, Tell Me Sweet Little Lies. Tell me lies. We're doing 10 records, a $10 start. 10 records, a $10 start. Those are now up for bid. Over here, we have George Jones, an early one too, Blue and Lonesome on Mercury, or an earlier one, not real early, $10. $10, Sometimes We Touch. There we go. Sometimes We Touch. That's the big song by Dan Hill. All those are being sold together. Thank you on that. Hold on a second. I've got to stretch for a second. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I just had my hip lock up. Okay, and now I've almost got my foot up here on the table. Chad is going down, folks. Okay, I'm back in shape. Lots of bids on the singles already. Frank Zappa, Tinseltown Rebellion. Zappa is $17.50. The Blues Band, Brand Loyalty, an 82 German press, $7.50 on that. Steady Date with Mitch Woods and his Rocket 88s, 1984, $10 on that. And then we have a Culture Club picture disc, an original full album of Color by Numbers. That's $13.50. We need to get that in a cardboard backer, actually. Where are you, cardboard backer? Let me find a good cardboard backer for that one. This is one of Laura's tabs, but let's not mess that up then. I'll get a cardboard backer if somebody buys it. I don't like those just loose like that. Useless Eaters on Zappa and Pass on Zappa. Right now, the singles are with Eric Van Leuven at 12. Nat, you're out. Jerry, you're out. Tim Graham, you're out. The Turtles presents the Ballad of the Bands. Turtles is $5. Lynn's Farn, Back and Forth, a UK pressing. Lynn's Farn is $10. And Pyramids, and this is $10. What is this one actually called? It is called The Shaken Pyramids. Celts and Cobras. The Shaken Pyramids, $10. Sherry Darnell on the cool George Jones there. That's sort of Sherry Darnell. Now the singles are at $15. That's $1.50 each right now. Seems like a great price. We have the Miners of Muzo, Apogee, an 85 Holland Garage album, $10. Go to Blazes, an 88 Garage album, $10. T-Rex, the Slider. Wow, 2004 on red vinyl, just $17.50. T-Rex, the Slider, $17.50. Carl Perkins in NRBQ, $7.50. Patrick Lear on the Mitch Wood and his Rocket 88s. The singles are at $20 of Eric Van Leuven. Tim Graham's out. Aaron Andrus on T-Rex, the Slider on red vinyl. Nice grabs there. We have Reckless, Wild, and Crazy. This is now $10. Lemmy plays on this album. Wow. He does vocals on track 4. A 2002 White and Gray Swirl Rockabilly. Kelly next on T-Rex. Tim Graham, you're out. He says he's done. Final call, Eric Van Leuven, $20. We got a bunch more to count out next. Nice. The Eagles, half off. A 2019 remaster of Hell Freezes Over. That's a 2 LP, $17.50. The Eagles. Whoa. Eric Clapton Unplugged. The 2011 Record Store Day, now just $22. This is like the third nonsense crate in a row. Don't tell anybody tomorrow during the sale. Hey, don't tell anybody, but Chad did 3 nonsense crates in a row. What is that guy thinking? Mike Quadrini on the Eagles. So to Mike Quadrini. John Kaiser second. Mike Quadrini on Clapton. John Kaiser second. Brian Colsar third. Larry, who? Graham, Sooner Than Later. Larry Graham, Sooner or Later. I almost said Pram, but that is a G. I was about to say, I think his name's Graham. Eric Van Leuven, you get those singles for $20. Thank you. And folks, let's count out some more. Let's get another handful of these 80s picture sleeves over here. Oh boy, what could we be getting into? All right, here we go. We got Hall & Oates, Adult Education. Madonna, Crazy for You. Rick Springfield, Speak to the Sky. Rick Springfield, Love Somebody. Cheap Trick, Ghost Town. Culture Club, Time, Clock of the Heart. We'll pass on another Madonna, the same one. Heart, Nothing at All. Laura Branigan, The Lucky One. And we have Laura Branigan, Power of Love. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And Laura Branigan, Cry Wolf. 10.45s there, $10 start. $10 start. All in picture sleeves. Boom. Back to the half off. Whoa. Elvis Presley. On Simply Vinyl, they do really good pressings. Now just $15. It's a 2000 pressing from Simply Vinyl. Patrice Rushen, Straight from the Heart. An 82 U.S. specialty press, $15. Patrick Lear picking up the Elvis quickly. We have Art Blakey. Wow. 20 bucks. Art Blakey in the half off bin. What's going on? Anathegian. Anthonigan. Yeah, Art Blakey, just $20 now. Nice. Races. Racises. This is a fusion Latin jazz album. $10 on that. Kelly third on Elvis. Todd was fourth on Eric Clapton. Love Is by the Two of Us. 1978 U.S. gospel folk album. $5. Bark Knoxville on Patrice Rushen. Kelly Gabney on Art Blakey. You got that one, Kelly. Jerry Rock has the 10 singles for $10, a going a once and going a twice. Bluesmakers, Dutch Tilders, Margaret Roadnight, a 1980 Australian import, $7.50. Nicodemus, The Strange Saga of Henrietta and Flagetta. It's a folk rock psych album, sealed for $12.50. Chad just took another hit of Monster. Chad might do some dangerous stuff here in a second. I may attempt to do a backflip off this table on top of another table. We have Kim Lenz and the Jaguars. It's All True. Sealed, $25. The singles have another bid for $12 and now another bid for $12. We're not done. Jimmy and the Mustangs, an 84 rockabilly album, $5. Super Suckers, a 2020 pressing on white vinyl, $12.50. The one and only Kim Lenz and the Jaguars. VG Plus, $30, a 1989 U.S. rockabilly, half off of $59.99. Billy Cobham, A Funky Thought of Things, VG Plus, $7.50. And Ike Quebec, Heavy Soul. I bet this is going to be a big discount. You ready? Half off of $79.99. A 67 U.S. stereo repress, Division of Liberty, Roy Van Gelder, No Ear, $40. Patrick Lear on Rockabilly. And that was this one here, right? The Kim Lenz. Is that well, there was actually two, Pat. There was, well, I guess that doesn't say Rockabilly, though. You probably mean this one here, right? Okay. Kelly Gabney on Billy Cobham. Jerry Rock has these singles at $13. Monsters at Midnight. Yeah, but technically, for most people, for a normal person, I'm almost on lunch break. I'm about to be on lunch. When I wrap this up, I go eat my baked potato. I'm on lunch break. So I'm actually having my midday. I'm having my midday caffeine for lunch before my lunch break. Horace Silver Quintet, VG minus $7.50. I'm going to be up for another 8 or 10 hours. I'll be up for another 8 or 10 hours right now from this point. Johnny Griffin, VG plus $7.50. Johnny Griffin, VG plus $7.50. The singles are sold to Jerry Rock for $13. Let's go ahead and sell those so we can try to do a couple more lots. OJ's, those backstabbers, folks. Watch out for them. VG plus $7.50. David Hoy on Ray Red. I was wondering if you was watching some of this half-off jazz here, David. Homecoming, Dexter Gordon. VG for $6. Cecil Taylor. EX, now $14. It was $27.99. 75 US. The Main Ingredient, Euphrates River, VG plus $7.50, and Sonny Rollins, The Cutting Edge, VG plus $7.50. Merle Saunders featuring Jerry Garcia and Tom Fogerty, VG plus $15. Ray Red on CT for Cecil Taylor. Tracy Songer wants the folk psych album. Let's see here. Bet it was this one. Yes. So to Tracy Songer. Shakedown on Merle Saunders. It has Jerry Garcia. Of course Shakedown's going to buy it. Next singles here. What do we have? What do we have? Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to take this stack and I'm going to shuffle it a couple times because I think there's some of the same artists in a row. And then we're going to cut it. Here we go. Loverboy, this could be the night. Hall & Oates Maneater. Gloria Estefan, 1, 2, 3. Juice Newton, Love's Been a Little Bit Hard on Me. Juice Newton, Queen of Hearts. Elton John, I'm Still Standing. Madonna, Crazy for You. Eddie Grant, Romancing the Stone. And Heart, Who Will You Run To? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Howard Jones, No One's to Blame. All those for a $10 start. On deck is the Eagles and Irene Cara and Blondie and Def Leppard and Colin James Hay and Donovan and John Waite and Cheap Trick. But those right there, $10 start for those 10 singles. All being sold together in a lot. Kim Lentz, Adam Bernardi. Sold to Adam Bernardi, $25 on that. Next is Gentle Giant Civilian, a prog album. VG Plus, $6.50. Also, we have Venus and Mars is All Right Tonight. VG, $6.50 for Paul McCartney and Wings. Loretta Lynn, Looking Good. Loretta Lynn, sealed, $6.50. We have Ennio Morricone. This is the classic soundtrack series. Ennio Morricone. It's on clear vinyl. That is $10. Also, we have a $10 bid with Richard V. Miller on the singles and another bid for $10. This is Natalie Archangel, an 87th U.S. synth pop. Gold stamp promo for $5. Also, Genesis, Seconds Out, $17.50. What a nice copy. Super clean. It's a German press. Nowhere on the cover. Genesis, $17.50. Adam picking up the Ennio Morricone soundtrack. And then Melinda Duran on Venus and Mars. Listen what the man says. And he says, do, 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 do. Shakedown on Genesis. Nice pickup, Mike Quadrini. So right now, here's the bids on the singles. 10, 10, 10, and 10. Somebody's going to have to bid more than $10 if you really want these. Richard V. Miller has them. Final call. The other people, you can bid 11, you can bid 1,000, you can bid 15, you can bid 10,000. Just be careful because you may win the auction. Larry Coryell and the Brubeck Brothers, Better Than Live, a sealed copy, numbered, $12.50, and Death. The Sound of Perseverance, $17.50 for Death. Coming out of nowhere to finish the bin, Death. Now we have a bid for 11. Now we have a bid for 12. Now the auction continues. Now Chad's going to read through this crate again. Now you're going to have another opportunity to buy some more stuff out of here. Now we're getting closer to Chad to go eat his baked potato. He's going to put a little butter on it. He's going to put a little cheese on it. He's going to put a little sour cream. He's going to put it in the microwave to warm it up. He's going to mix it all up. Going to pour a little salt on it, a little pepper. Crack open a fresh Diet Coke. Have a post-game meal baked potato. Delicious. Nothing like a good old baked potato. Nice. It could not get here any faster. So what am I going to do? I'm going to read through these again and offer them to you one more time at a remarkable 50% off discount. If somebody said, Chad, right now, the dealership is running a 50% off sale, half off brand new Corvettes, there would be people flocking there in the morning. Flocking. Guess what? We're about to do a half-off vinyl crate. If record collectors around the world that don't know about CollectCo knew that we were live right now, virtually selling records, think about this. Out on the West Coast, it's 9 o'clock, right? 10 o'clock. All the record stores are closed. Amoeba might be open. Amoeba might be open. We could very well be one of the few record stores in America right now open where you can purchase vinyl in a live format. Live, right now. sitting anywhere in the world. There's collectors awake that have no idea we're about to do this. They have no idea. They don't know about Collectco yet. If you're one of the few people watching right now, there's 97 people watching on all platforms. You're one of the few people that know about what's about to happen. So you probably should take advantage, because there's not another record store open right now in America. Everything's closed. The doors are shut. Their lights are off. The owners are at home asleep. They don't know that right now there's a store open where they can buy records. So y'all are privileged to know this. First thing is this. We have Regina picking up the Loretta Lynn. Patrick Adabernardi already bought the other Kim Lentz. But we are going to read through these one more time. Richard Miller, you've been outbid. Paul D has these for $15. Paul D. Let me figure out who this is. Paul, have you bought from us before? Let me pull up Paul D right quick. Pioneers, that's true. I take full credit for being the first person to ever start doing something like this. I've said it before. I don't say it very publicly because I don't want to get in a whole argument with maybe other people who claim it. But we were one of the first people to ever start doing this. I say the first people to ever start doing this. Okay, Paul D is new. You've got a outstanding YouTube account. You've had a YouTube account for 11 years. You're good to bid. Welcome, you're good to bid. If Richard Miller says he's out, then I'm going to sell them to you. All right, let's recap this crate. Jay Giles is on red vinyl, $13.50. It's clean. It has a couple cover spots where $13.50 on this. The Beetle Beat, The Bugs, $7.50. Aslan, Feel No Shame. Aslan is $5. Music of the Ozarks. So this is a National Geographic record. It's a gatefold. It's Music of the Ozarks, folks. Appalachia. Awesome. Simpler Times. $10. Cool record. Paul McCartney, $10. Joe South, $5. Walk a Mile in My Shoes. The Best of the Young Bloods, $10. The Original Golden Greats from Liberty, $7.50. It Might As Well Be Swing, Frank Sinatra and Count Basie in shrink wrap, nice, $7.50. $7.50. Ozarks. Did I say Appalachia? Ozarks. We had one the other night, Music of the Appalachians. That one got sold immediately. These are sold to Paul D for $15. $15. These are sold to Paul D, $15. Paul, what I need you to do is, if you're on YouTube, I need you to fill out the first-time buyer form, okay? The first-time buyer form is in the description of the video. When you fill that out, come back and say first-time buyer form filled out. $8 in limited shipping. Next is Back to the Egg. There's no condition notes on the vinyl. The cover is pretty solid, just minor shelf wear, but no color breaks or anything like that, really. Not bad, $10. Tom McHugh on Sinatra and Basie. Bloodshot is an original studio album by Jay Giles. The cover has some dings and wear and tear. VG minus on the cover. The vinyl has no condition notes. It's pretty clean, and an original inner sleeve. The first pressing they did on red, Bloodshot red vinyl. Very unique to see a 70s record on colored vinyl like that. Sherry Darnell does get the Young Bloods. Come on, people, now. Thank you, Sherry. Crosby, Stills, and Nash Allies. Shrink, $10. Gene Brown wants Wings. McCartney, Back to the Egg. And the blues band, Brand Loyalty, $7.50. Jay Giles was $13.50. It's half off of $26.99. All right, let's do another lot of singles here. Eagles, Funky New Year. Actually, the A side is Please Come Home for Christmas. Irene Cara, Why Me? Belinda Carlisle, and this one is A Circle in the Sand. Atomic by Blondie, that's a cool one. Bonnie Tyler, Holding Out for a Hero. Colin James Hay, you may know him from the band Men at Work. That's a white label promo. Def Leppard is Love Bites, but someone has trimmed the sleeve. They probably had it like in a holder or something. Donovan sings Poor Cow. This sleeve is very frayed. It's like gotten wet or something. Not one I see too often, though. Yeah, this is a very low-grade record, too. I'm actually not even going to count that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Up Where We Belong from Officer and a Gentleman. Joe Cocker, John Waits. We only got 3 more left. Little Richard, Cheap Trick, and Loverboy. Loving every minute of it. Cheap Trick, Ghost Town, and Down and Out in Beverly Hills, Little Richard. All right, so that's like 13 or 14 there. I'm still going to start them for $10. All right, $10 start on those. Adam Bernardi on Jay Giles. Awesome. Let's keep the show rolling. Frank Zappa, Tinseltown Rebellion. Zappa is $17.50. Tinseltown Rebellion, $17.50. The Turtles presents The Ballad of the Bands. The Turtles is $5. Lynn's Farn, Back and Forth, a UK copy, gatefold, $10. The Shaken Pyramids, Celts and Cobras, $10 on Shaken Pyramids. The Miters of Muzo, Apogee, a 1985 Holland Garage, $10. Go to Blazes, an 88 Garage album, $10. Carl Perkins and NRBQ, Boppin' the Blues, $7.50. Reckless, Wild and Crazy. And this is by Danny B. Harvey and Annie Marie Lewis. And Lemmy Kilmister plays on a track. He sings on a track on there. $10. The singles have bids for 10. The singles have bids for 10. Also, don't forget about Culture Club. I pulled it out because I want to put it in a cardboard backer. But Culture Club is still available. It's the full album, picture disc, $13.50. Larry Graham, Sooner or Later, $7.50. Racy's, a 75 Fusion Latin Jazz album, $10. Love Is the Two of Us. Love Is by the Two of Us, a 78 U.S. Gospel Folk, $5. Bluesmakers, Dutch Tilders, Margaret Road Night, 1980 Australian import, $7.50. Jimmy and the Mustangs, $5. Super Suckers, Play That Rock and Roll, $12.50 white vinyl. Ike Quebec, a 67 U.S. stereo repress, VG, $40 on Ike Quebec. Horace Silver Quintet, 1970 U.S., VG minus $7.50. The OJ's Backstabbers, VG plus $7.50. Dexter Gordon Homecoming, VG $6. The Main Ingredient, Euphrates River, VG plus $7.50. Condition of Reckless. Super Sucker, so to Sean Bailey. Condition of Reckless. Near mint. Nothing wrong with it. And it's on colored vinyl. Yeah, really nice. Jerry Rock, you're out on the singles. Brian Colsar had his bid in first. As you can see where my finger is going up and down. Jerry says he's done. So we're about to sell those for 10. Thank you for letting me know. Adam did get Reckless. Sonny Rollins, The Cutting Edge, VG plus $7.50. Gentle Giant, VG plus $6.50. Natalie Archangel. Is that what that says? Yeah. That is, Natalie is $5. Larry Coryell, Sealed, $12.50. And Death, The Sound of Perseverance, $17.50. All right, this stack of singles is sold to Brian Colsar for $10. All right. Whoops, I need to put a divider there. These are $10. Okay, awesome. Look at all these 45s we just sold. Poof, and they're gone. We moved through some vinyl here, as y'all know. It's amazing. Sometimes I'll look around at all these racks and bins. I'm like, holy camole. Did I really sell that much in 1 week? And the answer is yes, Chad. Yes, Chad, you did. Okay. Holy guacamole. Holy guacamole. All right, move this in here. Gold and air fresheners. I'm the only store in America right now, open for business live, selling gold bars and air fresheners at the same time. I guarantee it. You can take that to Vegas and bet on it. All right. Useless Eaters wants Dexter. We've sold that gold. The only gold I have for sale right now, I have 10th ounce gold pieces and 1 ounce gold pieces. That's the only gold I'm down to right now. The 1 ounce gold, I have 1 ounce gold American Eagles that look like this. I think they're 2024s. They are $3,975. $3,975. And then the 10th ounce gold Eagles, which is one of my best sellers because they're obviously much more affordable, but they carry a higher premium. I can sell you a 10th ounce gold American Eagle. I've got 5 left. They are $485. $485. And I'm comping that right now off JM Bullion. Now, if you click on JM Bullion, you may say, wait a minute, Chad, they're $452. Well, the only way you can get them for $452 is if you buy 500 of them, okay? And that's how you get them for $4. Actually, that's if you write a check. The only way you get them for that's if you do a bank wire. So that means you got to have cash on hand of $452.11 times 500. So if you got an extra $250,000 laying around, you can buy gold that cheap. If you don't have that much laying around, then I can sell you one, and I'll pay all the credit card fees for $485, and I'm paying the credit card fees. That's a big thing with a lot of these sites is the fees, because they trade gold sometimes on 2%, and like I pay a 3.5% fee. So actually, if you pay $485, so that's the, I don't have any small gold except 10th ounce, which, listen, I've priced those for 2 months now. We've been selling them. We've been buying them. They were like $425, $455, and then the last 3 sales I've done live where I've done coins, $465, $475, and $485. And the 1 ounce have gotten even more. They went from like $35.50, $37.50, $38.50. Now they're $39.50. I bet if I do a coin sale next week, there'll be a $4,025. So great buy right now on them. And I mean, it doesn't look like they're going to move rates until there's a new chairman of the reserve, which could be a while. So it looks like it's going to continue to go up for a while. Does anybody have any last request? 72 people watching. We've done 4 consecutive half-off bins. The only thing that's left is what you see in front of you. And I can offer these as a bundle, but I think I might hold on to these right now unless somebody asks. I just put on my Burt's Bees. Now my lips feel like they're on fire because they were bleeding. They were literally bleeding this morning. I actually think spot, it moved up today, it looked like. Let me look right here. Gold, any cassettes. Paul, did you fill out the first-time buyer form? Let's see, 3-day gold. Did you fill out the first-time buyer form? You must have not heard me say that. Or let me see if you did. Okay, you must have not heard me say that because I just pulled it up and I don't see a message from you. If you're watching on YouTube, okay, right here is the description of the video. You click on that right there, that link, and it will take you to fill out that form. Click on the description of this video, click on that link, and fill that out. Anybody have anything else to say? The show has come to an end. Human League. First album. Paul S. Make sure we've done this. Human League, I might have put that out up front. Messages. Hold on a second. Messages. Paul M. Duran. Okay. More 45s. All sold. We'll have more tomorrow. I'll finish that whole pile. There's a whole tub next to me. We sold every cassette. How many more cassettes do we have? 3,000 to 5,000 probably in this building. I probably have 3,000 or 5,000 more. I asked Tanner about it earlier. 3,000 to 5,000 more. And then, of course, we have probably 50,000 45s, but I'd say only 1,000 or 2,000 that's worth auctioning and selling. We have a ton of junker 45s. I mean, a ton. Pretty crazy. I bet we have tens of thousands, but most of them, it's stuff people's not going to want unless you're just wanting mystery stuff. And a lot of it is beat to death. A lot of it is beat to death. I will try to find that. Thomas Clark, if you ask me about it tomorrow. So last night I took about 4 crates of leftover half-off stuff, and I put it out in our store because everything in our store is automatically on sale. And I may have took it out then. Tomorrow's a big night. I don't know if y'all seen the lineup of metal stuff that Laura sent me. I mean, Metallica 9 times, Megadeth, Motorhead, Motley Crue, Ozzy, Slayer, Megadeth, Motorhead, Rat, White Line, GNR, Tesla, Danzig, GNR, Anthrax, Chastain, GNR, Ozzy, Slayer, Pretty Made Slayer, Slayer, Iron Maiden Slayer, Girl Scroll Slayer, and then Megadeth 9 more times, and there's going to be more. Lamb is Lebanon Antique Mall. Invoices aren't sent out until Monday. So you have tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday to buy records, $8 in limited shipping. And then ZZ Top, I have that in stock, Todd. It's brand new. It's a Rhino high fidelity, all analog cut, $39.99. If I can find it, I'll show it to you. It's a Rhino high fidelity, all analog cut, ZZ Top, $39.99. I have it. I have it in stock. It's ZZ Top. It's an all analog hi-fi, $39.99. I've actually got my crates turned sideways so I can look at the spines and try to find it. There it is, I think. Yeah, I got it. If you're looking for an OG, we had one pop up randomly in a crate the other night, but... And I just seen somebody commented they wanted one of these. Let me go ahead and pull this out. find this. Find my post for this. There it is. All right, and this is sold to Dan McCauley. DANMCCAULEY. Sold to Dan McCauley. Okay. Yeah, at OG, do I still have Horace Silver? Yes. And David Hoy, I would be breaking the coveted rule if I discounted this either more than $40. It was $79.99. I would break a very, very, very coveted rule. And the last time I did that, it almost caused a riot. So, Todd, a ZZ Top OG is actually kind of a challenge. It's not super rare. We usually sell them between $40 and $80, depending on condition, if they're really nice and clean. I've also sold some really beat-up copies. But if you want a true OG, it's on a Blue London label. They're not rare, like I said, but it's not like something we show every single night. Horace Silver is sold to the Useless Eaters. And but this right here, this here is the best of the best. So if you ask reviewers, they will tell you, if you have the right system, this is the best sounding version of this record ever made. No comparison. It blows everything completely out of the water. Sold to Todd Saw. I have one more if anybody else wants one. These new remasters from Rhino, I think about anything that they've made here lately completely blows anything else. It makes everything else look kind of embarrassing. So, Donovan, let me read this here. Chad, I want to thank you so much. Keep looking for more Donovan. My mom got to meet him, and so do I. I lost my mom last October. She was the biggest fan. She actually got to have drinks with him. We get Donovan quite often. Awesome. So you met Donovan. I like Donovan's music. Season of the Witch. They Call Me Mellow Yellow. Great stuff. Sunshine Superman. We used to he's still alive, right? Yeah, I was just pulling up his Wikipedia. Yeah, he's still alive, 79 years old. I used to have a bunch of his autographs. I bought a guy's collection in Pittsburgh who met Donovan. He probably got 20 or 30 albums autographed. Of course, I don't have those anymore. This was a couple years ago. It's all long gone, but great stuff, Donovan. Sunshine Superman. Folk, pop, psychedelia, jazz. Great stuff. Anybody else before I go eat my baked potato? I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow for Metal Night. John Griffin, make sure he gets the Buckingham Hi-Fi. Yep. I'm short on Buckingham Hi-Fi. I'm probably going to have some people upset. They're going to have to wait a little bit longer for more to come in. And it looks like I'm short on the pink vinyl. That's why you got to pre-order. However, some of those people, their pre-orders were, within the last week. So it was posted 8 weeks ago. Make sure if you see a pre-order, if you get on Facebook and I've posted a pre-order, I wouldn't think, let me think on it. If it's something you think you want, I'd go ahead and buy it, because if you get further down the line, there's a chance they're going to sell out or be allocated or limited edition. ZZ Top is $39.99, the one you pulled from me yesterday. That was actually today. I mean, it might have been since midnight, but I mean, technically it was yesterday, but it's been during tonight's feed. Yeah, that was actually tonight. ZZ Top, it's $39.99. David says, all right, Chad, give it to me. Sorry, Dave. You know I would discount it further if I could, but I mean, Paul had it marked $80, and you're getting it at 40, so that might be the last. Dang it. Todd, that's so do you. No, you pulled it on Tuesday. Oh, you're talking about the hi-fis. Yeah. Yeah, they're not going to go back and pull that out. No. Hi-fis. Oh, yeah, the hi-fis. The salmon color, the pink came in tonight. Yeah, that's right. No. Honestly, I don't even know what that is. They're probably not going to pull anything off. You know why? Because I don't even know where they're at. Let's see. Here's tonight's records. Where is... What is tonight? Wednesday? This is Wednesday, technically. Yeah, I don't even know where they're at. Okay. Okay, if there's nothing else, I am officially signing off, everybody. Thank you once again. Good night. And we're out of here. Okay. Y'all are amazing, as always. Thank you. Good night. And